Detoxing for a friend for the month of March. Let's go. Okay, let's preheat this Ninja Foodie. Bake and roast at 400. For my first soup, I have this broccoli stir fry. Broccoli, carrots, sugar snap peas, and watercress. So I'm just going to pour that on I call it a pizza tray. I don't know what this is. I saw this tray on Amazon for the foodie and I said, oh, I need it. Okay, so let's go. I don't know where my husband put my trivet. So we're just gonna gently put that in there and wait for those to roast. Okay, while we're waiting on the roasting, I'm gonna take one whole carrot. Okay, one washed celery stalk. Okay, I'm just gonna add one more. And one baby cucumber. Here we go with our water. My lowest cucumber is here where my water is, and the highest one is just about a ½ inch taller. I washed it earlier, so I'm gonna take about an inch. Bam. Seal that up. Put this on top of the NutriBullet. All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay, it's juicy. And through my funnel, I'm just gonna pour. Because I forgot my sea moss. So I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon. And 2 tablespoons. So we got super seeds, we got chia, flax, and hemp all together. 2 tablespoons. So we're actually gonna turn this from juice to smoothie. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, it's thicker. Look at that. And because of the thickness, I was able to fill both bottles almost to the top. Okay, so there's no need to rinse the cup out because we're going to just put more vegetables in it. Now, the vegetables that I put in the foodie, the mixed broccoli medley, I'm putting into the cup of the NutriBullet so that I can blend that into a soup. I'm just going to throw a little bit of kale up in here, just a little bit. It's not even a whole handful. Look what I found. 100% natural vegetable broth. And we're going to guesstimate on here. I'm going to say about I think that's about a cup of broth. And we're going to do the same thing, but we want this thicker. So if it comes out too liquidy, we're just going to add more vegetables. Now that's a little too thick. Yeah, let me see what we got. So I wind up adding about 2 cups of the vegetable broth to get it to this consistency, which is like a soup. That's much better. Okay, so now it's time to pour the soup into the containers. These are 16-ounce soup containers I got from the dollar store. and I was able to fill 2 soup containers. Okay, so for the next juice, we're going to do pineapple juice. Pineapple is excellent for inflammation. Research that I've done says that the skins is where the healing properties is for the arthritis. Well, the easing, I'm not going to say healing, I'm going to say easing the pain. So some of my frozen bags I have the full skin on and some I shaved off. And you can also take the pineapple skins and soak them in water and drink pineapple water. That helps too. And again, for the water level, I'm going to keep it about an inch below the fruit just to give it a nice smooth texture. Don't forget that ginger. So I wash my ginger thoroughly and I leave the skin on so I don't have to peel it off. So I put an inch of ginger and I'm cutting it up so that it will break up easy. And we're going back to the blender. Why, oh why do I keep forgetting about my sea moss? 2 tablespoons and 2 tablespoons of the super seeds. Okay, so while that's back to the blender, let's cut up and roast a butternut squash for soup. Okay, my pineapple smoothie is ready to bottle. And scrape, scrape, scrape the skin off the butternut squash so we can chop it up and put it in the foodie for roasting. Okay, so I decided to go ahead and cut the bottom half. I usually save the seeds and make season them and dehydrate them, but not today. Okay, the butternut squash is chopped up and ready to roast. I got to do some maneuvering because there's too many in here. Okay, for the next smoothie, we're going to start with the sea moss first so I don't forget it. That's 2 tablespoons of sea moss and 2 tablespoons of super seeds. Okay, so I have a berry medley of strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries. So again, for measurement's sake, doesn't have to be exact, but you want to use less fruit and more veggies. Let me take a half and let's do a cup. That just doesn't look like it's going to do anything. They're so big. Okay, so that looks better. A cup of my berries. And we're going to do a handful. A nice healthy handful. That looks like, oh no, that is kale. Of kale. And all right, let me measure this out for you. Let's see what this comes to. And that's a half cup. Not enough. That's 1 cup. Let's do 1.5. That's 1 cup. And this will be a half cup. I think it might be 2. I'm not sure, but let's see how this comes out. No. I'm going to add another cup of our mixed berries. And a small, maybe a ½ inch of ginger. The skin I leave on, it's washed. Okay, I'm gonna drop a banana. Forgot about my frozen bananas. So my butternut squash is finished roasting, and I'm letting it cool off before I put it in the blender. Okay, so now I filled my container halfway with the butternut squash. I think I got half and half. So can't find my powdered allspice. It's on the shelf somewhere. So I'm just gonna take I got about 5 balls on there of the allspice. The whole allspice. And nutmeg. Let's do a 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg and a 1/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon and a 1/4 of a teaspoon or less of the pink Himalayan salt. Water, where are you? And I did say I was going to measure, didn't I? That's a 1/2 cup. And a whole cup. And let's blend this up. Okay, let's check out our consistency. Ooh. Look at that. Perfect. Okay. All right. Okay, time for some beets. I left some of the green leaves to the beets in the container. I want to make a beet soup, and I used some fresh basil. And a pinch of ginger. Oh, goodness. Beets and kale. Beet and kale. Let me think. Beets and what? Celery. And you can do this as a soup or a juice. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, I'm going to add, oh, this measurement thing is killing me. Okay, 2 cups. 1 cup. I got 1 more beet. Let me cut it up. It don't make sense to waste that, right? Okay, so that's 3 small beets, 1 cup of veggie broth, 2 stalks of celery, and a small piece of about 1 inch of ginger. Let me blend this up and girl, you did that. Yes, you did. That's gonna be soup. I like that. Okay. Let's get this blended up some more. Okay, 1 more juice. I like the brown pears, but I only saw the green ones. And 2 tablespoons of sea moss or super seeds, flax, chia, and hemp. 2 tablespoons. Is that gonna be too much? Spinach. And I'm sorry, I forgot to measure